Yeah, Zoe Tay and David Gan.
Yes.
Do you think they should just play themselves?
Oh, absolutely. I honestly think that people who go to the movies want to be able to see Zoe as themselves, David as themselves.
So David Gan will be the celebrity hairdresser, the Abu, and Zoe will be the rival.
Yeah. In fact, I think the movie might have like a whole constellation of stars because they can just ask their friends to make cameo appearances.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But who's the director who put all this together?
Well, actually, it's Akachai Okrongtam. Now, do you know Akachai?
Yes.
Okay. He is a Thai director, but he's been working in Singapore for more than 20 years now. He founded Action Theatre, and he made successful plays like Chang and Eng and The Swimming Instructor and Autumn Tom Yum. And then in 2003, he turned to making films. He made The Beautiful Boxer, Pleasure Factory, and the most recent one is, of course, The Coffin, the horror film with Karen Mok. Okay, so you have an interview with him, right?
Po Kwan did.
Po Kwan did. We do.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch that.
From theatre to film, seductive tales to horror flicks, he hasn't failed to make an impact. But when it comes to directing a mainstream, mushy and soupy romantic comedy, can he make it?
He actually jokingly said that day, 2 days ago, this is my first time doing this romantic movie, from this expression and from his action, I know that, that's it, he can do it.
Oh, apparently the Thai-Chinese director Akachai has a great sense of humor that will be of great help when it comes to directing a comedy. But why has he chosen to foray into a mainstream genre?
I have just finished a horror film, so I thought it's a nice change of gear if I do something else. I actually had an offer to do another horror film, but I thought I don't want to be labeled as a horror film director. I always believe that it's a storyline that dictates how mainstream the film is going to be. With The Wedding of the Year, the story is so... I think it can be easily appreciated by everybody who, is in love, wants to fall in love, or is out of love and want to fall in love again. So, love is always has this power to move many people. So I think it is going to be very, very mainstream and a lot of fun because it's a romantic comedy. It's also very situational. It's about two people hating each other and they have to act as if they love each other in public, so that provides a lot of interesting opportunities for us to play in the film.
Do you think the leads are going to have problems acting as if like they are hating each other, since they are real life couples in the first place?
No, because I think they are actors before they are a couple, I think, and they are professional enough, and the kind of hating each other in the film, it's not like I'm going to kill you and cut you into pieces, but I think it's out of a lot of misunderstanding because sometimes when you don't like another person, you always end up with that person. So it's that kind of hatred, So I think they're good at that. I just told them that in the film they have to do various love scenes, and some are real, some are not, some are bluff but inside real, but some are real inside bluff, So I think they will find the layering quite interesting.
When you're talking about love scenes, do you also mean intimate scenes that we see in some of your other films like Pleasure Factory?
This is not an R movie, so it's a film that I think it's more no, you won't see Pleasure Factory type of love scenes. No, it's a lot more tender. It's a movie for the whole family, and I think this movie has a lot to do with family, because I think in Asian society, when we fall in love, you always say that you have to also take me plus my whole family. Sometimes romantic comedies can be quite mushy, but we want a bit of that. We want to be reassured that love is possible.
It's kind of like a challenge to you, because for your previous films you've been portraying the darker sides of Singapore, but for this film, you want to portray the happier side.
It is a challenge. It is also something that quite exciting to me because I think that the world has the dark side and the bright side. And even though when I do so-called themes that deal with darker issues, like even Pleasure Factory, if you really watch it, I'm trying to look for the brighter side in the darker things. So. Actually, it's not. So far, it's not a pressure. It's more like a pleasure to do something so fun. Because before that I was doing the coffin and we tried to when we're gonna shock the audience and make them jump off their seat and show them all the ugly things all the ghosts and all that. So this is all happy pretty things. So and this one my family can come and watch. My nephew and my niece can come and watch. My previous one they all like it's so scary.
So what did they have to say about your previous films? I mean, your family members, your close relatives.
Pleasure Factory, a lot of people in my family cannot watch except my brother who loves it because he got to watch uncensored version. My previous film my mom didn't like because it's like, why you have to what do you do with all the coffins? You have to donate to the temple, And my nephew was so scared. He didn't even want to watch a trailer.
The Wedding of the Year will be competing for eyeballs with films like Red Cliff Part 2, Answell 2009, and Jack Neo's Republic of Happiness during the next Chinese New Year festive period. Is this going to mean added pressure for Ekachai?
No, because I feel that I'm a newcomer. So maybe people don't expect much from me. No, I mean Jack Neo is like a guru. He's a box office king, and I love his movie. So I will go and watch his movie during Chinese New Year, and I hope he will come and watch mine. And I think that in Singapore, there's enough room for more local movies actually, because I think we have come to a point in Singapore where I think Singaporeans know who we are compared to say 10 years ago. We know what defines us, what defines our culture. So more local movies are welcome. I think in future we should have like 5 movies during Chinese New Year, because Chinese New Year we love to watch movies during Chinese New Year, and Chinese New Year is so long, you can watch more than one. So hopefully you must go and watch all local movies. Red Cliff, never mind. Yeah.
So Helmi, for someone who has seen all of his films, and his plays, do you think he'll do well in this one?
I think that Ekachai has a good eye for commercial projects. I'm not a fan of all his films or all his plays, but he does know how to sell things. And I think what he always needs is a good scriptwriter, and this time around he has Desmond Sim on board. Desmond Sim is quite a famous playwright, I suppose. He's written Autumn Tom Yum and The Swimming Instructor and Drunken Prawns. So Desmond Sim is a good writer. So I'm glad he has Desmond on the team. I think Desmond will make sure that the script will follow a certain quality. I think when Ekachai does not have a good script writer, the film or the play can go very wrong.
For instance.
I'm not going to name it. Yeah. Okay, so that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us.